when it comes to the skulls, the crystal skulls, especially the Mitchell-Hedges. The first contact, oh my. They're basically like metaphorical magic lamps that hold entities which can influence our reality around us, especially dependent upon the vibration from which we emit. A jinn, basically. Because skulls, especially the ancient ones, are the ones that hold. Holy shit. They hold they hold consciousness. So of course, how could they not hold an entity? And the way people are drawn to it. They want to touch it and hold it and rub it like a magic lamp. Because they are feeling that consciousness and want to know more about it. It's like, I don't know, enchantment in a sense. Like, ooh, what's this thing do? But, it's 1:44. Wow. 11:44, I mean. He spoke of an entity that a part of that was influenced. He was influenced by that give him the ability to heal if he in turn did things, which of course we all know now. I'm not going to talk about him here, but he was basically gifted these abilities through this entity, which I feel might have resided in the ring or the crystal. And he somehow gave a piece of this or something as well. Wow, it still is weird to talk about it. Anyways, so basically, with the skull being involved, he might have implanted one in there or influenced the entity in there, or I don't know. I had the skull come to me when I was going to sleep last night. February 6th, 2024. And I was falling asleep, and as I was in the in-between phase, the skull came to me and asked and showed me that it had a dark entity in it, and asked if we could get rid of it, get it out of there. Talking about like, just cleansing it, basically. Those who feel called to it in the way that me and my friends are. And so it asked if we could cleanse it. If the keys could come together and cleanse it. Oh, it's intense. Because it was put there by that guy, and that something about that ring has something to do with it too. That's kind of like the control, in a sense. The remote. But besides that, it's helping me understand the nature of interdimensional beings. Because obviously, that's what's being discussed in Congress. the interdimensional beings, not extraterrestrials, but interdimensional beings, and how they may have been here for a long time, of course, and so it would make sense if this is the case about it being a jinn, and maybe the crystal skulls being sort of like the ones that contain those entities, because they can hold consciousness. They're kind of like an access point between worlds. And so these crystal skulls that are found are like the magic lamps. And then depending on your vibrational output, that's how it influences the being within, whether you be of love and light or not. And it needing you to do something for it seems really suspicious, in order to be bestowed with whatever healing abilities or our gifts you want. And so I was seeing that. I was seeing, oh my God, the crystal skulls. They're an interdimensional doorway where these beings can reside. Of course, there's much more to them, but this is a significant portion. They're like the magic lamp that holds the genies. That's why they're in all the different ancient worlds. They were gifted. The doorway to many worlds. And they influence society. They're like the men behind the curtain who have been able to influence those, especially if they do have a darkness within them. Because then that's further played on and amplified through the vibrational attraction. Just like with the love and light. That's why the skulls can be used for good or bad, depending on your heart, the truth of your heart. And since these interdimensional beings have an effect on our reality and how they influence our reality, of course, those ones who sought control, are basically the ones behind the curtain controlling, putting all this influence into the grid to keep a lot of people asleep or unaware. But I know not all of them, obviously, are a so-called of a, bad persuasion or manipulative place, I should say. But there are those of the light, too. It's just like with humans. It can be either or. There's choice, free will, what you choose to be. And so that's why there's this light aspect to the skulls, because more are inhabited by these light beings who want to influence the world or wake them up to who we really are. The nodal point. They're like the nodal point of that awakening in a sense. But also, good and bad aside, just the fact that there is the real possibility of this being real shows, and the reason why this could be coming into awareness at this time, especially with that documentary, is because we are rising in consciousness, and we are now at a place where we can finally be able to understand and are ready to, because we have a heightened consciousness. We're rising in consciousness. So of course we're going to be able to better understand interdimensional beings, different dimensions, the way that reality really works, because we're becoming more and more aware. And so of course as we become more aware, then those beings are going to start coming up, and we're going to be like, oh, they've been here the whole time. It's like the skull is basically the point of helping us understand how the interdimensional doorways work. They're the nodal points, and that's why there needs to be keys for those of us to help decode it. were the keys to lock in place, to understand just how the doorways work. Ora shukuka ya tartayara tre. Ayas trets ayata kiana skutre. Yan niatres ure trete ayatres atru. Yan ati ian atresti ia atru nunduka ayasa amana. Aratu shikian ya tretu turu shikia. Urra tu